Good morning, Captains. I'm Sarah Antonelli.
And I'm Dre Hall. Today is Tuesday, November 24th, and we're coming to you with another episode of WK Today.
The canned food drive is going on now. Donations will go toward the Waterford Goodfellows. The graduating class with the most donations will get $500 for their class fund.
Do you know why we celebrate Thanksgiving the way we do today? Well, Jordan Thomas and Haley Tavis took a deep look into why we celebrate Thanksgiving the way we do today.
I'm Pilgrim Jordan.
And I'm Pilgrim Haley. We all know how Thanksgiving started, but if you don't, it started with the Pilgrims leaving England to come to the new land. When they got here, it was in the dead of winter, so they could not grow any food. When spring arrived, they tried to grow food from their seeds from England, but it did not work. An English-speaking Native American named Squanto saw the Pilgrims struggling to grow crops, so he helped them and taught them good growing ways. When the harvest was finished, the Pilgrims wanted to show appreciation to the Native Americans for helping the crops grow, so the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to dinner, so then started the tradition of Thanksgiving.
But today's Thanksgiving has modernized into a different type of tradition. One of the biggest traditions we have in the Detroit area is America's Thanksgiving Parade. The parade started in Detroit in 1924 by the Hudson Company department store. The idea for the parade came from the Hudson's display director Charles Windle after his success of the Canadian Santa Claus Parade in Toronto, Canada. But in 1943 and 44, the parade was suspended due to material shortages caused by World War II. Hudson's resumed the event in 1945 and continued sponsorship of the parade until 1979. When the cost of the parade became too expensive, they turned the parade over to the Detroit Renaissance Foundation, who produced it for 4 years. In 1983, the Detroit Renaissance Foundation gave control of the parade to the newly created Michigan Thanksgiving Parade Foundation, who changed its name to the America's Thanksgiving Parade, which it still goes by today.
Another tradition is a major event for a lot of families in America is watching football on Thanksgiving Day. It all started with Princeton playing Yale in the New York City area on Thanksgiving Day from 1876 through 1881. The Thanksgiving Day football game became an institutionalized fixture of organized football in 1882 when the Intercollegiate Football Association determined to hold an annual collegiate championship game in New York City on Thanksgiving Day between the two leading teams in the association. Because of this, you can find almost every football fanatic parked on their couch watching football on Thanksgiving Day.
Finally, a tradition that everyone is well aware of is Black Friday. In the 1950s, police in Philadelphia used the term to describe the horde of shoppers from the suburbs that came into the city for the days after Thanksgiving, because stores were promoting big sales and decorations ahead of the Army vs. Navy football game on the following Saturday. However, in 1961, there was a push to rebrand the day as Big Friday because the stores are worried that the negative connotation would keep people away from the city. Clearly, the effort did not catch on. So now the retailers have learned to embrace the name and even expanded the one-day shopping event into a 4-day shopping marathon, with the hopes that retailers can come out of the red and into the black.
We hope that all of our fellow captains learned a little bit more about Thanksgiving and why it is the way it is today. Now back to you guys at the news desk.
Any sophomores or juniors that are interested in enrolling into OSTC next year for the first time need to fill out and submit a request for consideration form. These forms are located in the counseling office. They must be turned in by December 4th or you will not be considered for enrollment next year. If you have any questions, please contact your counselor. Now let's kick it over to Ethan for today's sports.
There will be a 15-minute meeting for all boys interested in being on the Kettering track and field team this spring, today at 2:30 in the LGI. See Mrs. Jackson in the athletic office if you have any questions. The girls bowling teams are looking for a few more bowlers. If you are interested in more information or would like to join the team, please see Mrs. Jackson in the athletic office on Monday. That's all for sports. Now let's kick it back over to you guys at the news desk.
On Thanksgiving Day, your Kettering marching captains will be one of the 12 featured marching bands in Detroit's America's Thanksgiving Parade. They will be broadcasting live on Channel 4 and perform around 11 in the morning. They are hoping to win the Battle of the Bands this year, so please vote for the captains by going to clickondetroit.com and finding the Thanksgiving Day Parade and Battle of the Band pages. Good luck on Thursday, marching captains.
The Kettering GSA Club will not meet tonight, but will meet instead on Tuesday after Thanksgiving break at 2:40 in room 415.
Well, that's all we have for you today, captains. Once again, I'm Sarah Antonelli.
And I'm Dre Hall. Have a great break and have a happy Thanksgiving.